What's up, guys? In the works, and I've got a really quick rush game here with the 870. I actually joined right as we got the last MCOM on the second set of objectives here, and we're playing with Wallace again, and Wallace is trying out the 870. You know, I haven't really posted much shotgun gameplay lately in terms of like pump action, so I was like, alright, let's give this a whirl. But I got a few things I want to talk about, new game modes, but you know, the funny thing is right when I sat down to do this particular video, I was sorting through some documents and looking at a few things online just to kind of get a heads up on some of the stuff I was going to talk about, and I noticed that DICE has actually announced that they're going to be releasing a option to turn color gradient off within the PC game. So you know how a lot of people have that blue filter mod where it'll actually remove it from the game. That's going to be gone. They're going to actually let us remove that from the game. Now, if you're looking at my screen right now, it may seem like it's a little bit different because I have tweaked the colors on this. The past 5 or 6 gameplays I've probably posted, I have tweaked the colors somewhat with a color tweaker. Not a ton though. I mean, the reasoning behind that, because the more you tweak it, the more likely you are to get banned for modifying files. Now, granted, I only do this on Wallace. I don't do this on my main account, so I'm not really looking to get my main account banned, but if you're interested in reading about that, I will link the article that talks a little bit about that. It'll be a console command where PC guys can essentially remove the blue tint. So if you've seen videos showing, you know, the true Battlefield beauty, now we can actually do it without some sort of modifier. So, you know, we've been asking since the beta, and it looks like DICE is finally going to cave. They were a bit rude in their talk about the announcement of that being in the next client update. But that's typical DICE. DICE tends to be very condescending when they finally cave and give us something we want. But let's talk about new game modes, since that was the original point of this video. New game modes in Battlefield 3, because you know, with Aftermath we are going to be getting the scavenger game mode, and there's been a lot of mixed opinions on this particular game mode, and I wanted to talk about some of my opinions on it, because I actually think this game mode sounds absolutely brilliant. I think it sounds cool. If there's one thing though that DICE hasn't done a very good job with, at least in my eyes, is new game modes. I think most of the new game modes have been kind of flops. I mean, Gunmaster's fun, don't get me wrong. I do enjoy a couple rounds of Gunmaster every now and then, but the fact that we, you know, as server admins can't edit the gun loadouts, you know, it's always the same old guns, and the guns that are in there are pretty boring. It just didn't really have a lot of staying power, and I know DICE likes to think that everybody and their mom loves to play Gunmaster, but it's just not the truth of the matter. Gunmaster is more of a gimmick, you know, sit down every once in a while and play. Then we have Conquest Domination. Not a fan of it. Not a fan of it at all. It's not really my thing. Tank Superiority, once again, wasn't a huge fan of that. I mean, I don't really have anything against that game mode. It's just boring sometimes to me. I don't know, just not a huge fan of that either. So that leads us to our next game mode, which is going to be the scavenger game type, which is essentially Conquest Domination, but you start with a pistol, a grenade, and I think you get to pick the class you have, so I think you can also pick specializations. I'm not sure about that. I'm sure we'll see more details as the Aftermath DLC gets closer to release, but basically you're starting with a pistol and a grenade, and then you have to find your weapon on the battlefield and pick it up. Now, I was a huge fan in Call of Duty 4, if you ever played old school mode, huge fan of that. I'm a huge Halo fan as well, so I'm used to weapons being something that you pick up, you know, you kind of upgrade along the way. So I'm actually kind of intrigued about this particular game mode, and I'm actually pretty excited about it. I think that for once we're going to be getting a game mode that will actually stick around for a little bit. We'll actually want to play it more than, you know, just the week it comes out. So hopefully it has some staying power. I mean, I know there's a lot that goes into a successful game mode, and it's actually one of the more tricky things to get right, especially when you're releasing a new game. Oftentimes they're going to ask, well, what does this new game offer in terms of game modes? If you don't offer anything new, and yeah, I tried to shoot him to revive him, you know, a little shotgun medic, but a lot of new games launch with, oh, new game mode, like Medal of Honor Warfighter. They're launching with the home run game mode, and I think the, what is it, hotspot game mode. And you always see a game, they're always trying to push out, you know, look at this, look at what we can do with our new game types. So I'm really curious, are you guys excited for the scavenger game type? I think it's going to be cool because it's going to make people use other weapons, you know. Even if you do somehow find an M16 on the battlefield, one of the things that they pointed out was that you're going to have limited ammo. So you're always going to be on the hunt to upgrade to another weapon. So if you find your M16, you'll have to upgrade to your you know, the next weapon once you get maybe 1 or 2 kills, because ammo will be very precious. You'll have to be smart about conserving ammo as well. So I think there's going to be a lot of cool aspects of this game mode that'll make it exciting. And I want to know the reason you think that they thought this was going to be successful, and if you think that it's going to be a fun game type. Because honestly, the community is what dictates whether or not a game mode is going to be successful, and if no one plays it, then it probably won't stick around too long. So I want to know in the comments if you guys are excited for this game mode, if you think it has a chance of being something that you play more often than maybe Conquest Domination or like Tank Superiority or even Gunmaster. But I don't think too many people actually play Tank Superiority and Gunmaster these days. A ton of people play Conquest Domination though. So this gameplay is winding down though. You know, Wallace went on a pretty good tear here. I think I ended up going flawless in this particular game. I know I wasn't really planning a lot of MCOMs, but man, my team was just absolutely steamrolling these guys. I was having a hard time. I'd run in here and then, you know, the MCOM would already be planning. I'd be like, man, all right, you know, I'll just go over there and kill her for a little while. But, you know, Wallace is a beast with the 870. But anyways, new game modes are on the way. Super excited to mix things up. Not always going to be rush attack, because I know that's everyone's always like, why do you always play rush attack? Well, it's the most exciting to watch. So hopefully this new game mode's exciting. But if you missed any of my other videos, now's a chance to catch up. I did do a weapon talking about the crossbow where I ultimately was right in my prediction about what the new weapon was going to be. And then after that, I also did a semi-trailer breakdown on the Aftermath teaser that they gave us earlier in the week. So hopefully you guys enjoyed those, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.